What's up with my channel? I am DJ, aka Token Black. Got in here for the first time. Hit that like button, subscribe button. So, there's been a lot of talk of like superhero fatigue in the theaters with fans and everything, to where like the market's so saturated with superhero movies that people are just kind of like losing their feeling for it, and just kind of like they're tired of it and everything. But I do believe that is true to a certain extent with some movies. Excuse me. I feel like they need to spread it out a little bit more between movies and have more, get better. And I think the another problem would be the TV shows are kind of making it more saturated per se. But that's a different topic. I want to talk about reboot/remake fatigue, which I am a strong believer in. I feel like Hollywood nowadays has no original ideas anymore, and they just want to constantly reboot/remake old IPs and old movies and everything. Then it's nothing original no more. Like I want some originality and some new stuff to be excited for. Now don't get me wrong, it's nice to see things from my generation brought to a younger generation. I was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, so like when they brought the Power Rangers movie, I thought that was cool, to reintroduce that to a young generation. What is another example? On top of my head, I'm going blank. But stuff like that. What I don't like is the constant like, oh, let's just take an old one and just add some new CG stuff to it, and the same story, whatever. I mean, we got all the Disney live action ones from The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, The Jungle Book, all of those. And I want some originality, especially like Disney, man. Like y'all used to be like on the top of the game back in the 90s, like all the new animated movies and everything. Y'all were doing big. Now you feel like you fell off. But I saw this video from Philip DeFranco, and I just want to watch it with you guys. He made some valid points in it. I agree, and just want to see if y'all agree with what he's saying, what I've been saying about this remake/reboot fatigue. Let's check it out. Here we go.
That movie is shaping up for kind of massive success if social media is at least any indication. The recent onslaught of reboots, spin-offs, remakes, that's a much different story. Right? Because there's been a lot of discourse about this lately, especially after Disney announced it would be doing a live-action remake of Moana.
As much as I love that movie, it's like they just did it 5 years ago. So it's like, why do we need another movie of that? Like that's the kids that grew up on that saw that as a kid haven't even grown up yet. I mean, they're probably what 5, 6 watching it. Now they're 10, 11. I mean, hasn't been enough time.
With Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson announcing in a video yesterday, suggesting
I love
he
the
would
movie.
reprise his role, saying it's all in early stages. In a response, people kind of seem to just be fed up with the remakes. Right? They've done live-action Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King. We're getting a live-action of The Little Mermaid. But specifically, in this case, people seem to be annoyed because it's not even been 10 years. The movie came out in 20.
That's my point. It hasn't been 10 years yet. I mean, even 10 years, I think, is too short to do a remake or a reboot. Because I feel like when it comes to reboot or remake, it has to be a generation gap, to order for it to mean something to it. If you just within 5 years, oh, let's redo it again, it's kind of dumb if you ask me.
16. But some arguing this isn't even a way to update something that's outdated or introduce it to a new generation. It's just making the same film they already made again for money. We saw this frustration the same day because it was announced that Warner Bros. Is actually working on potentially rebooting the Harry Potter books into a
Now, as good as HBO is good at making, movies, I thought they did a good job on The Last of Us. I don't understand why they're going to do this. From what I understand, it's not even like, oh, we're going to retell the story from a different character's view or, be within the Harry Potter world telling a whole different story. They're going to basically do all the movies over again, and each season be book 1, season 2 be book 2. I'm like, why? Why are we doing this? I like Harry Potter, but let's dive more into the world. I mean, there's other characters we can explore, but whatever.
TV series.
Trying to make that
not
cash.
Some kind of spin-off, but just rather another book adaptation where each book would be a season of television. With people here seemingly mad for several reasons. Right, some say, how absurd, how unasked for, how typical of this we must capitalize on existing IP whether the audience wants it or not moment. And we're trapped in a creative existential death cycle. With others saying they won't support the show because of J.K. Rowling. But even
I don't care about the whole J.K. Rowling thing. I said my piece talking about the Harry Potter game. I can separate that from her. It's just a whole different thing. But whatever. But like I said, I don't understand why we have to keep making these, remakes or whatever. Not
Yeah,
really
you have plenty of
remakes,
people saying
redo.
controversies around J.K. Rowling aside, there's just no way your average Harry Potter obsessed person will care about this without the original cast. The
Exactly.
magic of those movies just can't be replicated. And all of this happening as we learned this morning that there is potentially a Shrek 5 in
I've
the
heard about that
works.
one
Though
too.
there, I
Like,
would
come
say,
on.
off the heels of the Puss in Boots movie, which is it's so
Good movie.
it's better
was
than it
good.
has
I
any
ain't gonna
right
lie.
to be. Fun story, fun times, one of the best villains in a movie. So we'll
But
say
I don't mind the spinoffs. That's not what I'm talking about. Puss in Boots is I don't mind when you dive into the world with different characters or a different time period within that movie or whatever. Just don't give me the same movie over again. That's what I'm talking about. Like Puss in Boots, I'm fine with that.
there I'm a little more open, especially because yes, it is still a sequel, it's a continuation, but it's not just another reboot. And
Yeah, I mean, he made valid points. I completely agree with the remake / reboot fatigue. I feel like Hollywood, we need writers, we need directors, creative people, because there's stories out there that haven't been told yet that we can tell. Like they can tell. I don't understand why they aren't tapping to it. I mean, there's plenty of superheroes that we can tap into. There's plenty of other stories, that haven't been told that we can tap into, and just come up with some original stuff. I mean, a remake is fine when it's done right in the right time frame, but just to remake something just to cash out on it, I don't think it's the right thing to do. That's my thoughts. That's my opinions. Let me know down below if you agree with me. What's some remakes that you loved and some remakes that you thought should never happen? Yeah. Till next time, guys. See you when I see you. Peace.